Downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's good for 14 there and a first down. Smith in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he'll score. Touchdown. Eagles. Smith on the receiving end for Jalen Hurts. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for two. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for two. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to one remaining. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Jared Goff and the Lion offense heading out. And he's been loose with the football early. Interceptions on the first couple of drives. As they start again here, we'll see if he can do better. 1st and 10. In trouble. scores back at the 8-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Goff. Being chased out left. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
On 4th down, Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
Great.
And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Now Goff.
That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of it.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Zach Ball tracks him down away in the backfield for a loss of 16.
And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Unable to convert there on 4th, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. A shotgun snap for Goff.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense put them to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Back to throw, Goff.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay.
Man, maybe a little too cute there on the return, losing 13 yards, but his guys get the football back. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.